came into the community of Makoko, we wanted to just profile 20 children to work with. There are a lot of children here, so we couldn't teach all of them at the same time because we didn't have the resources for that. So we wanted to profile just 20 children, and that was the day I saw him. He came around, but the other children in the community kept pushing him back, because of his, disability, and because of that, I saw he felt defeated. He was being mocked by his peers that, he shouldn't be there because it was for something that he wanted to teach them. And I looked at the little boy and I just brought him in and I told them to write his name. I had never really taught a differently able child chess before, so I wasn't sure how it was going to cope with learning, but I still decided to give him a chance. And that is one thing, that is the essence of what we do, giving every child a chance, irrespective of where they come from or who they are.
Hey guys, Emmanuel here. If you're enjoying the video so far, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Now back to the story.
It was just amazing when we started teaching them. After the first few classes, amongst all his peers, he was the best. He outperformed every other person. And I was really surprised because he couldn't speak any English word. And to be able to teach, you need to be able to communicate, with a child. But we're not able to communicate with him, through the English language. But through recognition of patterns, he was able to understand, what the teacher was trying to teach him. And that was all he needed, and began to really display sparks of genius. I'm a national master, I've taught a lot of children. But what I saw was different, for a child, like Ferdinand. And so I kept monitoring his progress, watching his improvements. And on the day of the tournament, I had high expectations. A lot of the children too, performed exceptionally well. But I knew that, for him to really take this home, he had to give his best performance. And on that day, he showed up, like a true champion, and he played one of the best, he gave one of the best performances, I'd ever seen, for a beginner, at the beginner level. Look at Ferdinand's story now. Ferdinand, despite being a child that was being bullied, by other children, became a champion here in this community. And he got to meet the governor of Lagos State, because of that. So, they see that now, and going forward, they'll be more receptive, towards our program, allow their children, learn, and eventually allow them go to school to get an education. For the tournament in Makoko on the final day, we had a revolutionary idea to do something a bit differently. So we made suits, 3-piece suits for all the children, and about 30 children. And the idea behind that was to give them a new image of themselves. Because a lot of people come to places like this, and it is clear that this is one of the poorest places in the world. And they instead just highlight the poverty, without really doing anything, to uplift them. So what we wanted to do was to tell the story from a different perspective. Instead of just highlighting the fact that they are poor, it's clear that they are poor, and wanted to show the best image of these children so they can see themselves, looking good in a suit, and hey, you can grow up to become a lawyer and grow up to become a doctor, and you'd always get to dress like this. And just a beautiful moment, watching them look much differently from a child from a slum community would normally look like. So we do those kind of things to give them a life-changing experience, to make them see themselves, differently, not just as slum children, but as children who have the potential to become great in the future.